All right, you guys, welcome to our Body Electric Action Hour, first Wednesday in June of 2019. Put this out to a few of the leaders on our team this week saying, hey, what do you guys need to hear about? And the resounding answer was, we don't really need to hear about much more. We just really need to work. And we really need to have some form of accountability to get things done. So I thought, what better chance to do that than the first of the month, right? Last week, we spent our hour really mapping out our month ahead and our summer. So you guys have a plan now, if you tuned into last week, right? Like you have your month mapped out. Now it's a matter of putting the work in. So before we dive into that, I just want to give you guys a couple of really quick announcements. The first announcement is that we will be having our team dinner at Summit officially, for those of you attending Summit, which is hopefully everyone, on Thursday, July 11th. That will be from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. I am going to be receiving the official verdict on location. I have to choose between one of two places that I have reserved. So I will have that shared, the location shared most likely tomorrow afternoon. I have a phone call with one of them tomorrow. So, but the dinner itself will be 3:30 to 5:30. The reason why it's so early is because the opening ceremony for Summit will most likely be like 7:30 p.m. at Lucas Oil Stadium. So we want to make sure that we eat something. For many of us, it'll be our last supper before Sunday because Summit is legit nonstop. You'll be like making shakes and eating beach bars and hustling through Summit. So we'll do that before the opening on July 11th. So mark that in your calendars. If you're not in our Team Summit Facebook group, please ask your upline to add you so that we can have sort of like all, communication about Summit happening there. Otherwise, I think that's all we've got. We just kicked off a new group for Ultimate Portion Fix, 21-day fix. Virtual gym even launched with a new kickoff for that. So if you have people to add, please get them added ASAP. Otherwise, we're good to go. Okay, so what I thought we would do is dive straight in tonight to doing something a little bit different as far as format than we've done before, just to kind of mix it up. So I always like to start, though, with some form of challenger check-in, right? So I want you guys to reach out to the people that you have currently. I'm going to set my timer for everything tonight because otherwise we'll be here for 3 hours because that's how I operate. So let me just set it real quick here. So if you want to just reach out to your existing customers or challengers, just do a little check-in, see if they're checking into the lead posts in your group. We'll go now. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Okay, so now we've got a little warmed up here. Now we can dive into some follow-ups. So anybody in your messenger, anybody on your list for follow-up, people who have said no to you before or not right now, or people who are on the fence, we're gonna dedicate about 10 to 12 minutes here to reach out to them and just do a circle back. For those of you who are looking for some language to use, don't overthink it, right? Like, don't overthink what to say. Just simply say, like, hey, what I usually say is, hey, circling back around to see if we might be able to connect. I have an upcoming group that I feel like you would be perfect for. Let me know how this timing works for you, or something, like, depending on what their excuse was before. So don't overthink it. Keep it to like 3 sentences or less. Let's just do a little follow-up blitz. Okay, ready, set, go. All right, cool. We're about the 10-minute mark. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on for the sake of this call. And we'll dive into our invites and fresh connections. So in this next probably 10 or 12 minutes, we will focus on making new connections, whether it's new follows on Instagram, new friends on Facebook using that Friends You May Know tool, or referrals or friends of friends. I want you to focus on adding, I like to say, at least 3 to 5 people a day. So if you haven't done a power hour in 5 days, that could mean adding maybe 20 to 25 people right now. If you feel like you do a good job of consistently keeping up with making those constant connections, then maybe the best use of your next 12 minutes is to send official invitations, right? So sending an invitation to your challenge group is what we'll focus on for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and set the timer. We'll go for about 11 minutes. Okay, cool. Isn't it funny how fast time goes when you're setting a timer? Okay, so for the second half of this power hour, let's focus a little bit on recruitment, right? Adding people to our team, planting seeds that people would make great coaches. So I'm going to give you about 10 to 12 minutes again to do some what I like to call coach seed plants or invitations to the coach opportunity. So whether it's existing challengers that you have or customers that you have who are becoming faithful fans of our products, or people that you think would make a great coach that you'd love to have on your team. I want you to be thinking this direction. Really, every power hour that we do should be dedicated kind of 50-50. 50% to the existing customers and new customers that we have or are acquiring, and 50% to building our team, right? Because as you guys know, if we're looking to build an income and we're looking to really make a ripple effect, we need to be growing our team. So I'm going to give you guys about 10 to 12 minutes to do that, right? If this is brand new to you, if you're a new coach and you're like, I have no idea where to start with making a list of people that you think would make great coaches, or a list of people who have been your customers or are your current customers. And maybe go ahead and reach out and plant that seed that they would make a great coach, or that they might enjoy a 25% discount on our products, right? So maybe it starts with a list. Maybe it starts with just brainstorming on who those people might be. Maybe it's a matter of just doing the thing and reaching out to the person and actually giving them an official invitation. So I am going to give you about 10 minutes here to do that, and then we'll reconvene again. All right, y'all. Time flies when you're having fun. Okay, let's wrap up this power hour with just two more things. The first one is we're going to spend about 5 or 6 minutes here on just some coach check-ins. So if you have a team of your own, I'd like for you to take these 5 or 6 minutes to maybe do a little downline check your sponsorship drill down, see what coaches in your downline need to be contacted. Who have you not talked to in a while? Who have you not set up a one-on-one call with for a while? Take a hot minute to reach out to them, or maybe just offer encouragement depending on who it is. If you don't have coaches on your team or working coaches on your team, now would be a great time to do some recognition of someone, maybe it's a challenger or a customer or whatever, who is doing an exceptional job at something, right? Like they're checking in every day in the challenge group. They're doing the right behaviors, right? They drank their shake every day for 30 days or whatever. Like you can literally recognize people for anything you want to recognize them for. I just know that we don't do it enough. So whether it's in the team page or on their public Facebook page, or if you just want to send them a quick little text message in a private way, recognize them in a way that you think would be meaningful to them. So I'm going to give you 5 to 6 minutes to do a coach check-in and or recognition. Ready, set, go. All right, cool. Okay, let's wrap this thing up. So before we do, it did kind of come to my attention or to my mind that I forgot a couple of things that I should have shared at the beginning. The first thing is I told you guys that uh, summit, we will be having our team summit dinner on July 11th, right? I told you that part. I'm sure some of you are wondering why you haven't seen Summit apparel yet. And I wondered the same thing yesterday, which is when I sent my t-shirt girl a follow-up message. And she's having some issues locating a good font for the shirt, I guess, something having to do with the font. But she says, have no fear. She's not worried. She has plenty of inventory of these items and she's not worried about timing. So apparently when she sends me the link, I will send you the link, but at this point it's in her hands. So she's doing a reprint of all of our apparel, like anything you guys ever have ever wanted from the Body Electric apparel line, right? Sweatshirts, t-shirts, tank tops. She's putting them all back up for sale. So once she has that link to me, I will share it with you. I forgot to share that part. The other thing is, and I will be telling the summit group this here, I'm going to be doing a live stream to the summit group here in the next week, but I have hired a videographer to be at our team dinner and to do some really cool like interview style stuff. I have a video scripted out for this videographer to do for us, which I think will be pretty cool. It'll be a great third-party tool for us to use as a team to be able to share, you know, what we look like, what we do, like who we are, what we believe in, and our tribe. So that's going to be happening at that team dinner. So I hope that you will take that seriously. And then finally, I should have mentioned this too. Super Saturday is going to be on Saturday, July 27th. And we are doing this as a really cool open house for coach prospects. So be thinking now about who you can plant seeds with. Maybe even in your next power hour, like who could you plant seeds with to come along with you to Super Saturday on July 27th? That'll be 2 weeks after Summit. So people will be seeing all of your stories and all of your public posts from Summit a couple weeks before that. So it just is a natural progression, right, to invite them along to hear more about it. So we have some really cool stuff planned for July 27th, so make sure that's on your calendar. Okay, let's finish up with just a few minutes here of crafting a public invitation post. So a couple weeks ago, the webinar topic was about helping you guys create, right, like those emotionally connecting posts, like that really connect with people and create trust. So what I'd like for you to do is put some effort and energy here for a few minutes into a public post that includes a call to action at the end. So most likely you're going to need a picture or a video, or if not, you can do it without any of that, and you can do it with some emojis, right? I tend to load up my posts with some emojis, makes it for interesting reading. But I want you to come up with something, a story about something, right? We talked about 2 weeks ago, what is a problem that coaching or a challenge group addresses and how it's changed you? Share that story. Break it down really simple into one problem, one way that you've overcome something, how you've become different because of this opportunity or a challenge group. And I want you to write a story, craft a little story with a call to action at the end, right? Meaning after you share your story, you say at the end, I'm looking for 3 women who are fill in the blank, right? Sick of being sick and tired or whatever, who'd like to join me in my upcoming group. I want you to make an official call to action. Tell them what to do. Do they need to message you? Do they need to email you? Do they need to comment below with an emoji? Like, you're telling them what to do in your post. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few minutes to just start that post, and then we'll wrap up the call and you can finish the post. Sound good? All right, let's go ahead and start. All right, you guys, I know some of you guys are on a roll. Some of you have some creativity sparked here for your post. So I'm going to go ahead and end the call for the sake of the call recording. We don't scare off the people who are like an hour and 15 minutes. But if you guys are still into your post, feel free to finish it, of course. And if you'd like to, you can even share the link to your public invite post in our team page. And that way we can go to your post and love on it, right? We can comment on it. We can click like. We can help boost it for you in the news feeds of more people. Feel free to do that if you make your post tonight. So if anybody doesn't have any questions, feel free to ask them right now. Otherwise, we can go ahead and close this out. I did want to say that next week we will be having a team call as usual on Wednesday night. My husband is actually going to help me lead it. We've been doing, I should say he, but I'll say we, have been doing some research on volume boosting, how to boost our income. It actually will take our eyes a little bit away from Success Club, right? I know that the focus is always Success Club, but we'll actually be diverting away from that just a little bit next week to learn more about how we can boost our income in general, like how we can actually become a well-oiled machine with that. So it'll be really cool. He's been doing a lot of figuring of numbers and team volume and how team volume plays a role, more importantly, even than personal volume. So he's got some really cool things to share. So if you're math-minded, or if you're not math-minded and your spouse is, bring your spouse along. If you're math-minded yourself, or even if not, bring your notebook next week and we'll be talking about that. So that's the plan for next Wednesday night. And then the following week, I will be on vacation, but we will have no team call the week of, I think, the 15th, but there will be a Leaders United call. So Natalie will be leading that for the Leaders United group 2 weeks from now. So does anybody have any questions about anything tonight? Okay, well, I'm so grateful that you guys took the time to hop on here and stay accountable to your business goals. Would have been just as easy or as simple, right, to just make your Facebook post tonight and call it a night, but you didn't. You went the extra step. You made the connections, right? You reached out to people, you sent the invitations, you formed your list, you're doing the work. And this is the type of work that if you do it an hour or so each day, will compound over time. So this is the type of work that matters. So feel free to utilize this recording in the future or every day if you need to follow this format. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's a great way to kick off June. So soon you'll be seeing an email from me in your inbox. A team newsletter should be going out, I think, tonight or tomorrow morning. So check for that soon. All right, have a great night. Bye-bye.